everyone, I'm Jaswin and welcome back to Jaswin Reads. This is a YouTube channel for you where we read different books. I bring to you summaries of different books which will help you to realign and focus on the important aspects of life. Today's book is very close to my heart. John Maxwell's Intentional Living. Intentional living. We do things in life by accident and we do things in life by intention. Intention matters. Accident also, yes. A lot of things happen in our life by accident. Now, let me tell you, to start this YouTube channel was an accidental thought which was sown in my mind by few people in my life who I really love and admire, and I do take their thoughts on board and I do respect them for whatever they think about my growth, and they would want to give me the best of the advices and suggestions in life. So three people came to me and they said, you read so many books, you should put up this channel. The thought was accidental. The videos started, the channel happened with an accident, but now when I have to pick up each book and present it to you, and I have to read and bring them the lessons of life from those books, it is with intention. The channel might have started by an accidental thought, but to bring this channel to fruition is an intention. How many times do we actually put a lot of intention in our day-to-day activities? Does that seed of doubt come in your mind that I will do things only when the situations are favorable? And let me tell you what John Maxwell says. Have you ever found yourself thinking or saying, I will be able to make a difference only when I come up with a really big idea, I get to a certain age to do things that I love, let me make enough money first and then I'll do what I want to do. Or maybe I reach a specific milestone in my career, or when I become famous, only then I'll do some stuff. Or maybe I'll do the things that I love only when I retire. Do we all do that? I've been guilty of that as well at times. The moment the thought was put in my mind that, Jazz, you need to start a YouTube channel with the books that you read and bring all the learnings for the people who can really benefit from it. And that's when I didn't have the favorable conditions. And if I have to show you around where I'm sitting and recording this, I do not have the most favorable studios at the moment to put this video through. All matters is the intention of doing something. All matters is the intention of putting things through. We all have been guilty of, I'll start someday. That someday is now. And let me tell you what it also means. Someday is a myth. That someday never comes. All we have is today. Yes, we can plan for tomorrow. We can strategize for tomorrow. We can start putting things for tomorrow. And that's where we will start to work towards. And that's where I start to put my intention, how I'm going to do things for tomorrow. I already have a couple of videos lined up to be recorded for tomorrow. I'll put my plan through. I'll put my intention through it. Do I still have the favorable studios and the best of the sound systems and the microphones and the tripod stands and the best of cameras to record? No, I don't. But I did not wait to get to the ideal moment, because the ideal moment is actually a myth. That someday is a myth. One very important thing which I want to talk about is intentional living is about reclaiming your story. Not someday, but today. You want to do something? Start today. Do not delay it. Do not say that I will only be able to do some stuff when I acquire that money, or I'll be able to do this only when I become successful. Now, at times, I'm even fumbling right now while recording this video. I will fumble. because I'm not used to being in front of the camera and speaking to the camera. Though I know that once the video is out and a lot of you would be watching it, I'm used to speaking to people right in front of me, and I'm not used to speaking to a camera. So I am fumbling. What if I keep waiting for this, that someday when I become very perfect without fumbling even one word and then I record, then I would never be recording this video. Never. Intentions matter. And if you look up to the videos, the 3 episodes which are already on YouTube, I have fumbled many times. I have laughed many times. The situations were never perfect. There are few videos wherein there's a lot of noise around. Maybe I do not have the best noise cancelling microphones at the moment. I'll get there. What matters is the intention. The situations will never become ideal for us to do something that we want to do. You're thinking to put up a YouTube channel for yourself? Do it now. Pause the video right now. Pick up your paper and pen and write down what is it that you want to do with intention right now, which you had been delaying for some day. Words of good intention. And let me read out some words of good intention which John Maxwell talks about in the book. Desire. We all have desires in our life. Wish. We have so many wishes. I wish I become a millionaire. I desire to be a millionaire. Someday, I'll do things someday. Fantasy. We live in our fantasies all day long, thinking about the most ideal situations when life takes us. Hopefully, I hope to be okay. I hope to have 1,000 million followers on YouTube. Hoping. And passive. I passively do things. Now let me introduce you to words of intentional living, and this is very important. The words of intentional living are action. The moment the thought was put in my mind to start a YouTube channel, the next step was action. The action was going ahead and creating the channel with no videos posted for almost 2 weeks, and those 2 weeks were actually spent actioning out the strategy, the plan, picking out the books that I have been close to my heart and practicing writing my scripts and talking about it, and then finding who will record it for me, and my beloved friend Zainab, who actually volunteered that, hey, I'm here for you. You don't have to worry about anything. And then putting that action into place and then recording. And the result of the action, I've got 3 videos already out. Intentional living. Purpose. What is the purpose behind every action that we do? Or are we just mindlessly doing those actions? What is the very important thing that is there behind our actions? Why do I do that? The moment you think, you know what, I think I need a cup of coffee, and you would walk up to a nearest cafe and you would buy a coffee. The action is buying a coffee, sitting there and sipping coffee. The purpose might be needed quiet moment, need some thinking time, want to catch up with a friend over coffee, you just want to stare, looking at people and observing people and sitting there in your own me time. Purpose could be anything. Whatever actions we do, there's a purpose behind it. Many times our actions don't have any purpose. And without any purpose, when we keep performing actions, they do not lead to any results. The third one is today, and I love this. I love this. The words of good intention is someday I'll do something good, but the intentional living, one of the words is today. I'll do this today. There's a very famous idiom in Hindi language the country that I come from, there's we speak Hindi, one of the languages there, and there is a phrase, Kal kare so aaj kare so ab. This means what I want to do tomorrow, I should do it today, and what I want to do today, I should do it now. And that's intention, living with intentions. Strategy. If there is no strategy, we would mindlessly going in every direction and we wouldn't know which direction to take. So strategy is so important. What strategies do you put behind the actions that you would want to do? What strategies do you put behind about whatever things that you want to achieve in your life? So, to all my friends here living in Dubai, I know that you all want to buy $1 million villa here in Dubai, invest in real estate. You have that thought. Now, what is a strategy that you would put behind putting all your finances together? And then what is the purpose? Your purpose might be investment, your purpose might be living with family. And then you put your strategy and then you go and take an action that, hey, now I go here to a real estate company and I put my money and I buy a villa. Intentional living. Strategy is so important. Definitely. This is one of the words that I'll definitely do it. So going back to my story of putting this YouTube channel, the 3 people in my life, they every time, are you doing it? When are you doing it? When are you doing it? When are you doing it? They were behind my life till the time I did not open the YouTube channel and I did not announce it to them that, hey, I'm doing it. They saw to it that I'm definitely gonna do it because they were the push behind me. And active. Being actively involved in whatever I want to do. If I'm not active, if I'm passive in taking the ideas, if I'm passive in listening to others, if I'm passive to my own thoughts and intentions, then I will live passive. But if I'm active, that this is what I would want to do, then that would become part of my intentional living. A life that matters will actually be based on results. What is a result of putting all of this together? We all want results. So the results, they do matter. The results in the form of my increased followers, the results in the form of not only just followers, but what are the learnings that you are taking from these videos and going and implementing in your life. That's the result for me. What's the end result that matters for you? Fulfillment. When we do things with intention and we start living intentionally, it gives a sense of fulfillment. How do I even put it in words? It's a feeling, I cannot put it into words. It's a feeling that you feel here that, yes, I'm doing something that I wanted to do. I'm not delaying it anymore. And I'm doing it now. I'm not putting it for someday. I'm not waiting for the most ideal moment in my life. I'm doing it now. It's that calm feeling that you feel when you're fulfilled. Continuously doing it and proactively. Continuous learning, continuous follow-ups, and being proactive. Being proactive means taking the first step, taking the initiative, not waiting for someone to tell you to do things. Waiting for someone to follow up with you. So proactive. It's my life. If it's my life, why should I not be proactive about my life? And if it's your life, why shouldn't you be proactive in what you want to do? And why should you want to wait for others to come and push you? Intentional living. Doing something that makes a difference. And that will only come when we know the purpose behind each action that we take. If I have to ask you a question, when was the last time you did something for someone so that you could make a difference in their life? Second question. When was the last time you did something for someone who couldn't do anything back for you? Third question. When was the last time you did something for someone and never ever bragged about it to the whole world? Fourth question. When was the last time you did something for someone intentionally and selflessly to help make their life easier? One of the chapters in the book is Put Others First. Putting other people first is about prioritizing them, and it's not about putting myself at the end. No, it means that in a relationship, in a communication situation, in a leadership situation, give others the chance. Put other people first. I have been in a lot of situations in my work life and personal life. As per my understanding and through my life experiences, what I have come to understand is there's a very thin line between selfish and self-love. Now, when John Maxwell talks about put other people first, it's about putting the other people first in terms of giving them significance. I want to feel significant. It's about others. Self-centeredness comes because of selfishness. And I can term and I can interrelate and correlate terms self-centeredness, selfish, self-love, because it all starts with self. And I do have my own boundaries with people where I do not want to see them. I would put that boundary and I would say, hey, I'm not available. Maybe I can do this next week. Self-centeredness is about when one completely and only thinks about themselves, not even giving regard for the others' needs and others' viewpoints and others' understanding. And Maxwell has some very nice nuggets of wisdom, and let me read out to you what he says. Self-centeredness and fulfillment cannot peacefully coexist. They are incompatible. I want to feel fulfillment. If I need to feel that fulfillment, that calmness, that I am doing everything that I'm doing is a fulfillment in itself, then I cannot be self-centered. Fulfillment comes only when we are not self-centered and we actually regard others' needs and others' thoughts and others' viewpoints. He also says, and let me turn to that page where he talks about significance. Significance is always about others and serving them intentionally. Service is very important. Contributing my time to somebody is very important, and that's what service is. When you can change your thinking from what I'm going to receive to what I'm going to give, your entire life begins to turn around. What I have learned from my life experience of 45 years that I'm put on this earth, our daily communication is an interaction. It's like a transaction. I give, you receive, I give, you receive, you receive, I take, you give, I take. And we all are doing transactions daily. We go to buy some stuff from the supermarket. I buy the stuff, I give the money. Transaction. And transactions have been happening even in relationships. So it's a give and take. Intentional living is about when I don't think about what I'm going to receive, but I think about what is it that I'm going to give to the other. When I shift my thought process from receiving to now giving to the others. That's where significance comes in. That's when I become significant to the other person and others become significant to me. I always think about contributing time, contributing selves, contributing knowledge, contributing good thoughts, contributing wise thoughts, contributing knowledge from one person to another and passing it down. And I always think that what is it that I'm contributing to make others' life a great life? How am I making difference in others' life? How am I making difference in the world? When was the last time you actually did something for someone selflessly, putting that self-centeredness away, and you thought about what am I going to give to them, and let me work on how can I give it better to them, rather than what am I going to receive? Why do I need to sit 2 hours with you? What am I going to receive out of it? Intentional living. Let me share my 10 favorite key takeaways from the book. And I'm going to read it because, as you all know, I keep taking my notes. You already have what you need. Start with your now and do not wait for your ideal future self. So whatever plans you have, you want to do a business, you want to start an entrepreneurial journey, you want to start writing a book, you want to start getting into, your own small business, big business, or you want to put together a fitness plan for yourself. Do not wait for the ideal moment, my dear people. Start now. Small acts of value matter. Don't underestimate the power of consistency. Small acts of value matter. Consistency is very important. I've been recording these videos from past 3 weeks now. And the day I'm not recording videos, I am practicing speaking in front of a camera because I'm not used to it. And I know that when I put this consistency, it will become better over time. It will become better. The first video was a very raw video. The 10th video would be much better than the first video. The 20th video would be much better than the 10th video. Consistency matters. And I always like to give this example from the gym. The moment I enter the gym is not the day I'm going to build my bicep muscles. It will take consistency over time and daily intentional practice and intentional exercises to build my muscles. So, consistency. So, do not underestimate the power of consistency. The third one is the legacy starts now. Every interaction that you have with people shapes your story. Start thinking about every communication intentionally, whether that communication is at work, whether that communication is at home with family or with friends. Every interaction is shaping your legacy and shaping your story. And what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind when you're not there? Intentionality versus intensity. Consistency beats big unsustainable gestures. I might say, hey, you know what? Tomorrow I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to run 20 kilometers. 20? I'm not even able to do one. How will I reach 20? I'll reach 20 only when I start doing 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, these incremental values. So it is the intentionality which will matter and not the intensity. I show up in the gym every day and I run 5 kilometers every day. That intentionality will matter. It will not matter whether I'm thinking for next year I'm going to go and run in the marathon. That intensity, it's a huge intensity. And how do I reach that huge intensity? I reach that huge intensity by first daily intentional actions. So it's good that you have that huge intensity in your mind. This is what I'm going to do. This is the huge mansion I'm going to build. But it starts with the first small step. There's a beautiful saying, dream big and start with the small steps. Take the first step, start there, intentionally do it. Preparation often hides procrastination. Start before you are ready, and this is very important for me because I procrastinate. Procrastination is when you keep delaying things for the next moment. Oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And the deadline arrives, you have all the pressure on your head. Oh my God, I've run out of time. And preparation will always hide the procrastination. I was procrastinating doing this YouTube channel for years. I started to prepare and I still procrastinate at times. And Zainab actually calls me and says, Jazz, you've not done a video. Come on, you need to prepare. Where is your script? What is happening? And then she's behind me to help me prepare for things. And then I proactively, I'm like, okay, let's do this. She becomes my reminder. She becomes my guiding force. Others are your purpose. The significance, the true significance of life comes from service for others, to serve others, to contribute in others' life, to contribute for others' cause, to contribute for a greater cause of mankind, to contribute for this earth. What is it that you're contributing to? Many times we understand contribution as a contribution of money, contribution of time, contribution of knowledge, contribution of something that you know that you would want to share with the other person. That's also service. So significance, how will you bring your life in your life? You are the message. Your life speaks louder than your words. And this is true for me as well. I'm speaking these huge, big words. I'm recording these big videos. And if I don't go back and live by what I say, then it's my actions which is showing whether I'm doing things or I'm not doing things. And then I'll become the message. Actions do speak louder than words. So if I'm walking somewhere and if somebody says, hey, you say this in your video, but you're not practicing it, I don't see you, then that means that I am giving a very wrong message out there. Clarity comes from movement. Start doing and the path will unfold. I had no idea how a YouTube channel operates. I still have no idea. I'm figuring out. I'm learning. I had no idea how to make beautiful, great reels for Instagram. I started doing them and now I'm learning on the way. I had no idea of how to put yourself out there with all your knowledge. I'm learning right now on the way. We might have all these big mess around our head, not knowing what to do. Start with a single step. The whole path will come. It will unfold on its own. Awareness creates alignment. Our values. By the way, values deserve a whole different video altogether, which I'll do soon for you all. So keep watching my channel. Know your values. Act in harmony with them. My values are about respect. My values are unconditional love. Give it to everyone. Everybody needs love. My values are kindness. Be kind to everybody. Everybody is struggling in their life. We don't know what the other person is going through. So why be unkind? Be kind. And the last one, You don't need a title to make an impact. You do not need to be a CEO to make an impact on the world. You do not need to be the president or a prime minister of a country to make an impact. With the current geopolitical situations going around in the globe, around the globe, with different countries fighting different wars, what is it that you can do by being you and still making an impact? Anyone can live intentionally. It's about, we don't need a stage every time. Where you are, that is your stage. Intentional Living by John Maxwell is a book that doesn't shout. It actually helps you to think calmly about what is it that you're doing in your life intentionally, and are you living intentionally? It helps you to understand all the action points that you would want to do, but you had been thinking all this long, whether shall I do, shall I not do, shall I do, shall I not do, when is the perfect moment coming? You matter, your life matters. Start living like it matters. Intentional Living by John Maxwell. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching Jaswin Reads. Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, share, and do share your comments. How did you like the video?